Peace, love, and light. I just wanted to do I don't know what to call it, but this is recorded, I guess, like in response to this video that you're about to watch. I originally recorded this video in November on 11/8/2020. And what I speak about in this video actually happened. And today, I believe, is the 9th when I'm recording this video of January. And everything that I said in this video literally happened. And I had no idea that it would happen. And the most interesting thing is, I didn't even think to post. Well, I thought I posted the video that I'm about to post right now. And for some reason tonight, or well, the past few days, I've been going back through my phone and looking at videos or looking for videos to post. And it just so happens that the past, I want to say, 3 videos that I uploaded were from the same exact month, 111, were from the same exact month, recorded around the same exact time. Like they were recorded within the span of those 30 days or in the season of Scorpio. And I thought I posted every one of these videos, or there was a reason why I didn't post those videos. And for some reason now is when these videos are being posted. I really haven't figured out what the bigger picture is, but I think there is a bigger picture being developed. And I don't know I don't know what it'll look like when it's all said and done, but I think it's even bigger than me posting these videos at this particular time. Like, time literally is doing something weird right now, like something that I'm unaware of right now. But I feel like I'll be able to figure it out maybe in the next few days, maybe, who knows? But I feel like I'll be able to figure out what it is pretty soon, 222. And whatever it is, I think it's big. I think it's very important. I think it's special. But and also I wanted to mention that I mentioned a few things in this video. I mentioned sensei, I mentioned customer, I mentioned student, and watching it, it kind of just like, I don't want to say trigger something. It's just kind of like I didn't realize I said customer so much in the video, and that's not necessarily how I view life unless I'm actually in a situation where I am like a customer, but I don't necessarily call myself customer. So that's why I feel like it was important that I said it at that particular time in this particular video. And I mentioned the prosperity ritual as well. And we just had a prosperity ritual at the beginning of this week. So yeah, it's a very interesting parallel in time. And everything I mentioned in the prosperity video that I mentioned, everything I mentioned in prosperity video in the one that I recorded for January is relevant to the video that I'm getting ready to, that you're getting ready to watch right now. But like every name that I mentioned is very important, but I don't know why. Yeah, but the bigger picture will be developed, and I will see what it is. But for now, this is what I know. So peace, love, and light. I just want to share. Today, I noticed that I experienced like a parallel in time again today, and usually it's with like when I see like the number 11 a lot, but it's kind of like 7 days kind of like reflected back. Like I found myself around some of the similar energies that I was around 7 days ago. The only coincidence is I do kind of the same thing on this particular day. But I'm not talking about just this week. I'm talking about a parallel in time that happened 2 months ago. And the energy is very similar because it's a parallel time. Because it seems like the energy repeated itself, even though I wasn't really I didn't do exactly the same thing, but some of the energies kind of felt like they were repeating. Like I could feel some of the energies present again that were present 2 months ago. And now that I think about it, I think well, I'm actually pretty sure that the energies happened faster last month, well, 2 months ago than they did this month. And I just kind of noticed that this week it was more about the 7 days. Before it was about what's that? 3 days, and then now it's 7 days. So I think it's increasing. I was originally thinking that it was decreasing, like compacting, but I actually think it's expanding, which is a good thing, which is a really good thing. But today numerically was 5, and I can't remember the date. Oh, 11/08/2020. So today was 5, and today we talked about well, what was discussed, because I didn't really talk. I was more so listening. Today we were talking about the fifth dimension and how things manifest and magic and things like that. So yeah, it kind of just it kind of made sense that today was this particular day. But then again, I'm starting to think, which is not hard to believe, that they use numerology as well to communicate information as well. And it may just like be with me like a natural thing. I don't know, because I don't necessarily have too many of these conversations with people in person. Like for some reason, like whenever I'm in person with people who are of a similar energy, we talk about everything else but this. Like I think those are my times to actually really be a student. And then when I'm here, I'm more so the teacher 333. But when I get in person, I'm more so the student, or more so like the customer, or more so like the participant, but not necessarily not necessarily the participant in that way. I'm not a participant when it comes to like teaching. I'm more so a participant when it comes to like other things. Like I'll play the instruments. I'll listen to the teachers. I'll be the customer. I'll be these things. I play these different roles, but I'm not the teacher most of the time when I'm in person. But I'm not saying that's not gonna happen. I'm just saying, like, at this point, up until this point, I haven't necessarily been a teacher, because I've learned in previous years, thinking that I was a teacher in every moment of my life was the wrong thing to do. And not realizing that when I'm alone, I could be more so the teacher to myself, and then share it this way to like kind of teach other people who are interested in what I have to say. But I forgot which way I said it, but I'm gonna say it this way. I'm gonna finish this way. But being like more so the listener when I'm out now, and learning and taking in information and adding it to my already vast collection of things that maybe like, split up here and there, but everything is starting to come together. And since everything is starting to come together, everything is starting to flow right, and everything is starting to connect, I can pick up the information quicker. And in picking up the information quicker, I can also be more confident and more willing to share and connect the information that I have with other things that other people have, and then we can have a full conversation. Right now, I feel like I can have full conversations with people, but I feel like I'm still learning. I feel like I'm still learning a little bit, and even though like some of the stuff I've shared on here has been some pretty good stuff, but I still feel like I'm learning, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like I'm gonna forever be learning because I'm a student to life, and I love the act of learning. But I know that teaching is a part of learning. Like, even in teaching myself on things through this method, I learned a lot, like, in the moment. And in learning in the moment, it could have a ripple effect that allows other people to learn things. Even if they don't learn what I'm talking about right away, they still are taking in the information, and someday that information may help them. So I feel like I'm doing my part, even if I'm not having these conversations in person yet. But stay tuned. I'm pretty sure that I will start having these conversations in person sometime in the near future. Because I speak several things into existence. I've spoke several things into existence that I didn't have any idea that I was necessarily speaking into existence. This is before I was conscious of me speaking things into existence. But in coming into the understanding that I do speak certain things into existence, I understand that I will someday be teaching someone else this in person, having these conversations in person, and I'm not going to rush that day, but I am going to be thankful. I'm going to be grateful for when that day arrives, and I'm going to make sure that I'm fully in the moment and I'm fully present in that moment, because that is a day when a lot of who I am will come to fruition, and a part of, if not a big part of what I'm really meant to do, will finally manifest itself. And I feel like I'm finally doing what I'm really meant to be doing. And yeah. But I forgot what I started talking about. About like a parallel in time. And if you think about it, then I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna end it. If you think about it, learning and teaching represent parallels too, because on the one hand, you're looking at yourself as a student, and you're learning, you're taking in this information. And then on the other hand, you're looking at yourself as a teacher, and you're giving off this information, but you're thinking of the person that you're looking at as a student when technically they're teaching you as well. It's kind of like a really interesting relationship, interesting parallel. I, I be having so much stuff come up. I want to say that teachers, they teach. I can see why teachers are why it seems like teachers are underpaid, because teachers can teach you from unseen realms. Like, they can teach you in ways that you don't necessarily get until maybe even years later. And that's a good thing. But you have to show up for the classes. And yeah, they can teach you from unseen realms. And in teaching you from unseen realms, they're not necessarily given the energy and the appreciation that they deserve, because we don't necessarily acknowledge them, and we kind of forget where we learn things sometimes. So that person, that being, that energy doesn't necessarily get what it's really meant to get. But then I don't think that's what teachers are really meant for. I don't think they're really meant for recognition. I think they're really meant for teaching and giving out information and understanding that they are a vessel for information. And it could be all kinds of information, or it could be just like specified information where you're giving out, where you're giving out specific information about a specific thing at a specific time for a specific person. And that person could be you. Who knows? That person could be me. All I know is teachers are either I want to say underappreciated. So 1111. If you can remember, the next time you start to teach something, or next time you start to speak something, pay homage or give respect, gratitude for the teachers. And it could be a particular name. It could be just a general gratitude for the teachers that came before you, that allowed you to be a student, because you really earn being a student. You really earn the right to be a student. Like, I think it's in Japanese or maybe in Chinese culture where you have to like prove yourself worthy of a particular sensei. But in proving that you're worthy for a particular sensei, um, you have to prove that you're worthy for a particular sensei. And in proving that you're worthy for that sensei, they decide whether or not you are worth teaching, and they decide whether or not your potential is worth watering, is worth helping it grow, because your sensei is essentially what helps you grow. But you have to be willing to put in the work to grow. You have to be willing to stand in that sunshine. You have to be willing to stand. You have to be willing to take that water. You have to be willing to be pruned. You have to be willing to do all those things. But yeah, your teacher, your sensei, is what does that. And I respect my senseis, seen and unseen, internal and external. But yeah. I forgot what this video is about again. Okay, no, I remember. It's about parallels. But yeah, I just want to say that I love you, and I hope that you have a great day.